Welcome to my channel and feel at the right place. I appreciate that you've not swiped away this video. Today I want to give you a very interesting topic, something that you cannot avoid as much as you are in this life. Could be you are married, you are not married, you are young, you are old, whichever age you belong, you cannot avoid this because it is part of life. Many people have come to my channel and they have been asking questions. They have been sharing their stories with me, and there's this particular lady who came with the tears in her eyes. She was crying bitterly because of something that she has been going through. And after a short dialogue and follow-up, the lady has been doing well. And due to this, uh, that is why I have come up with the topic that I want to share with you today. So you better stay tuned, because as I've said, this is not happening to young people, it's not happening to old people, it's happening to everybody, it's happening to us all, and we cannot avoid it. And therefore I'll go straight to what I want to speak about today. And these are none other than the conflicts, the major conflicts in our marriages. Major conflicts, the causes of major conflicts in our marriages, in our relationships. And then I will also give you 7 points on how you can solve these conflicts. Could be you are dating, could be you are in a marriage, or whatever stage you are in. It is good you understand these things because they are affecting each and every one of us. Major conflict number one, why people are having conflicts in their marriages. Number one, it is due to unmet or unreasonable expectations. Like when you came together as husband and wife, there are those things that you had in mind. You expected that my husband has to perform this, he has to do this to me. I expect that he should behave this and that way as a husband to me, but then those things have not been happening. As a husband, there are those things you expected from your wife, they have not been happening. So those are because they have not been met. Others are unreasonable according to you. So if you fail to meet them, those expectations, that is one cause of conflicts. Number two, the issue of finance. This is affecting many families because especially wives who are working, they want, or they tend to believe that husbands are the people, are the ones who should provide for the family, and therefore they tend to hide whatever maybe they gain, whatever they earn. They tend not to open up to their partners, to their husbands. And therefore, because a husband, that man expects you to share what you're earning or something, so that you may come up with the ways on how you can help one another or something, then that could be a very big cause of conflicts in your relationship. So the issue of finance. Number three, standpoints on the issue of children. What do I mean by this? Like when you came together, there are those expectations that you had, like how are we going to get children? How many children are we going to have? And due to this, could be, if you had not spoken about this issue before, you find that it may bring differences. Like one partner claims to have this kind of a number, the other one claims to have the other kind of a number. And even after you bring those children up, you understand that those children may cause you even to disagree because of maybe how they are behaving or something. You find that the husband is on the side of this kid, the wife is on the side of the other kid. So that's another issue or another cause of conflicts in our relationship or in our marriage. Number four, time allocation for one another. Like when we came together, like husband and a wife, there are those, as I've said, expectations I had. And one of the expectation could be time. Like I expect my husband to spend time with me. I expect my wife to spend more time with me. But as time goes on, you find that these people are becoming busy. Like wives are becoming busy with maybe their daily chores, the work that they are doing could be in the office, could be wherever, and then also child bringing, that child bearing. So you find that they are busy, especially with their kids. And the husbands, because of the maybe the issue of their job, they are becoming busy attached to their jobs, and therefore you find that in one way or the other, maybe the husband could start feeling like my wife is not giving me the time that I deserve, my wife is not giving me the time that I deserve, and therefore due to this they can start blaming one another, like there's that person you are spending more time with, that those are they may be start having those assumptions, which to some extent may not be true. So that may be another cause of conflict in a relationship. Another thing, number five, breakdown in communication. Like as time goes on, you find that the way these people were communicating, the way they were close to one another, communication may slow down in a way that could be there's something I was expecting from my husband, there's something that I was expecting from my wife, and therefore I've been telling them once and again that this is what I need, that is what I need, and due to that slow, or let me call it like they are not responding in a way maybe I expect, I assume them in a manner that I tend to think like these people are not concerned with what I've been telling. My husband is not concerned with what I've been telling him. My wife is not concerned with what I've been warning her, maybe against or something. And therefore, due to this, we tend to slow down the communication. Like we tend to act in a silent way, so silent becomes a way of treatment. Like I tend to keep quiet, like even if I tell him, what will he do? Like if I continue warning her and there's no change, why should I continue wasting my energy? So they tend to keep silence for one another. This is another very major effect, or another major way of bringing conflicts in a marriage, the lack of communication or slowing down the communication. Number six, lack of sexual compatibility. Compatibility, what do I mean by this? Like this could be one of the expectations that maybe this the couple had, like this I expect my husband to be behaving this way in bed, behaving the other way in bed, like when and how should we be having this act, like comparison, people are comparing, like there are those who have had past relationships. Then could be I start comparing my husband with my ex, like he's not behaving like the way my ex used to behave, is not acting, he's not reaching that point where my partner or my ex used to reach or something. So like that, you feel like you are not getting what you deserve in matters concerning sexual intercourse, and therefore due to this it may bring conflict. Like a wife can start imagining like the husband is having outside affairs or something, and vice versa. So this could be another cause why people are, and why people are having conflict in marriage. And you understand that this thing is not it's unspeakable to some extent. People just tend to keep quiet with it. While it is destroying many relationships. And the last one, number 7, different personalities. Like you don't understand. It takes time for you to understand. It may take time for you to understand your partner. We have those temperaments. Like there are those guys who are melancholic, phlegmatic. We have sanguine. We have choleric. You have to understand the type of the partner that you have. So if you don't understand them, you'll start blaming them. Like my husband does not like talking to me. He's always quiet. He does not like my wife is not social or something compared to so and so. So if you don't understand the temperament of your partner, this may be another issue or another cause of conflict in your marriage. And therefore, as I said, I'll go straight again to give you some points on how you can solve. How can you solve these conflicts in your marriage? Whichever conflict you are going through, how are you going to solve that conflict? Number 1, locate a safe place for communication. You cannot speak anywhere, from anywhere. Like you have to understand, like you have to look for such a good place. You ask from your partner, where do you want us to have our communication from? Could be you can look for a place like a restaurant. Others will prefer an open ground. Others will prefer bedroom. So look for a place where the two of you are conversant with, like where the two of you feel like they are okay with. So because you cannot speak from anywhere. Yeah. So that is number 1, how to solve. Number 2, procedure number 2, acknowledge each other's feelings. Like don't cocoon yourself and then you are like, it's me who has been wronged. Don't personalize it. Ensure that you feel, you put yourself in your partner's shoes, like how they feel and how you feel. So acknowledge and acknowledge each other's feelings. And be willing now to move on with the communication. Number 3, give a listening ear. Give a listening ear. Like, be willing to listen more than talking. Be quick to listen. Don't just rush into saying like, it is me who was wrong. Like you are on the top. You don't want to listen to your partner. Behave as if it is you who has been, it is you who has wronged your partner. And therefore give them a listening ear. Then after they speak, now take your time to talk. The other one, number 4, focus on the issue, not on the person. Focus on the issue. What caused this? Not who caused this. Because I usually tell people like, the devil is not happy with the people who are moving on well with the relationships. And therefore, he can use anything, he can use anybody to ensure that that peace, that love, that unity that you had is no longer there. So do not see your partner as the enemy. So take that issue, like do not think that it is your partner who has done it. See the issue. Focus on the issue, not the person. This will help you to avoid self-defense. Like it happened this and that. It went this way and that way. Then from there now, you not see your partner as the evil person or the person who caused that thing happen. The step number 5, do not relate the issue at hand with the past. I'm sure you're getting me clear. Like there's those people who tend, you remind your partner of what they did in the past. Remember, I forgave you last time. The moment that you had done this and that. And now you have repeated it again. You've done it again. This time round, I will not forgive you. So do not relate the issue at hand with the past things that happened. That one happened, you forgave. This is another issue. Deal with the issue at hand without relating it with whatever happened in the past. The other point, be willing to forgive. Be willing to forgive. Have that heart to forgive. Like the Bible says, God will forgive us if at all we forgive others. You cannot expect God to forgive you and you are holding grudge with someone and you are not willing to release. So be willing to forgive your partner. By the end of the day, she is your rib. By the end of the day, that man is your man. So be willing to forgive, because you are one flesh. Do not hold it. Do not say that I will never forget what he or she has done. Be willing to forgive, so that also God will forgive your relationship and you'll have peace. So be willing to forgive and release. The other point, which happens to be the last one, find a common ground. Find a common ground. Having said whatever you've said, having done whatever you've done, listen to one another, forgive one another. Now, find a common ground, like bury and swallow your differences. Understand that you cannot be the same. You found that partner already an adult. You got your wife when she was a grown-up. You got your husband when she was a grown-up. You people, you do not come together while you are children. You understood what you are doing. And therefore, after realizing that you have got differences, like after realizing that you have got different personalities, different temperaments, then I come up, find a common ground. Like, what do I mean by this? Be accommodative. Like, it is true that I behave this way, I'm that way, but due to my marriage, so that my marriage may work, so that peace may be, so that we may have peace, love, and unity in our family. This is what I'm going to do. In other words, I mean adjust, so that you may come in the shoes of your partner may come to your shoes. Then have that common thing, like, from today we are going to behave this and that. From today, if about could be probably the issue of finance, we are going to behave this and that pertaining our money. Any need that is not met, we are going to behave this and that. I'm going to when it comes to time allocation, we are going to behave this and that. When it comes to communication, we are going to behave this and that. When it comes to social, like sexual compatibility, we are going to behave this and that. The issues of sexual intercourse. When it comes to differences, we are going to behave this and that, because we are different. We are created differently. So that is what I mean by having a common ground. And then work towards a common goal, because you are no longer one, but you are two. Above all, be prayerful. Pray for your family, pray for your relationship, pray for your marriage, because the will of the enemy is to destroy your relationship completely. So when you see the enemy as when you see devil as the enemy, then you're going to fight the enemy, and the enemy is going to flee from your relationship. But when you see your partner as the enemy, then your relationship is going to fall, your marriage is going to fall. So be prayerful, and when you rebuke the enemy is going to flee from your relationship, from your marriage, and your family is going to stand. So thank you so much for being here to the end of this video. If it has been of help to you, kindly share it and practice what I've told you, what I've advised you to do, and I'm sure your relationship is not going to remain the same. Continue following me for more videos. Continue praying for me as I pray for you. If you need any guidance, any counseling concerning your marriage, or whatever you may be going through, by the help of God, we can help one another. Comment in the comment section area, and I'm going to get back to you by the grace of God. So until the next video, continue following, and I'm sure your life is not going to remain the same. Shalom.